Head Canon Press presents 7 Years Awesome Luck. Written by Shawna Canon. Performed by Macleod Andrews. Prologue. Through the darkness and pouring rain, Jacqueline stared up at the mansion and thought, I was expecting more gingerbread. Maybe that wasn't a sensible thought, but if Jacqueline were in a sensible state of mind, she wouldn't be here. She would have thrown out the letter as soon as she'd received it, instead of driving 4 hours with her 6-year-old because she couldn't find a sitter, running out of gas half a mile from her destination because she was too distracted to pay attention to the fuel gauge, then walking the remaining distance rather than waiting and calling for help like a normal person. Clearly, her mind wasn't working right. Desperation did that, though. There was a wrought iron gate between her and the mansion, so she pushed the call button, hoping someone was still awake to answer. "Mom, I'm cold," said her son, his teeth chattering audibly. "I know, Chick. I'm sorry. We're almost inside." "I hope." They were both wearing coats, but it hadn't been raining when they'd left home, so she hadn't prepared for the downpour. Now they were drenched through, and her hands were so cold she could hardly feel her fingers. Or his. Despite the near numbness, she kept her hand clenched tightly around his so he wouldn't run off. With Trick, that was always a risk. A harsh buzz cut through the air, and a tinny voice asked, "Who is it?" Jacqueline jumped at the sudden sound. "Hello? My name is Jacqueline St. Andrew. I was told you could help me." She should have practiced what she would say if she got this far, so she wouldn't sound like a lunatic or con artist. The small doubt that had been lingering in her mind since she'd read the letter, the one that told her this was a cruel prank, surged to the forefront, and she couldn't quite get the rest of the words out. There was a small bubble near the speaker, which she took for a camera, so with the hand that wasn't holding on to Trick, she dug the letter out of her pocket and held it up to the lens. The presentation of her evidence was met with silence. Jacqueline didn't need to read it again to know what it said or how crazy it would look to the person in the mansion. It had come in an envelope with no return address and no mailing address, only her name. The letter read, "This woman is a witch. She can help you in ways modern medicine cannot." Below that was a street address. The letter had been signed, "A Friend." A wild goose chase, Jacqueline thought miserably as the seconds wore on with no answer from the house.
Sample complete. Ready to continue?